This week's exercises are focused on conditional statements or if statements and boolean expressions. So this video gives a basic introduction to that to help you prepare for the first exercise. I'm going to continue working with the guessing game program that I started with last week. And I've added a couple of lines of code where the computer makes a random choice of a number between 1 and 20 that the user is supposed to guess. And to use random, notice that we also have this import statement up here. It's in a different module. We'll learn more about modules later in the course. But I have here get user guess, which I had already created last week, and I want to now write the function check the guess. So this is the function I want to check, and really what I want to know is the guess the same as the choice made by the user. So I want to do a comparison between guess and choice. Both of these are global variables. Now, to do a comparison, to let the computer check whether they're the same, I need the double equal sign. Double equals means compare the two. Single equals means assignment. So guess equal choice will either be true or false. And I'm going to make this into an if statement. So if it is true, if the guess is equal to the choice, and this is similar to a def, I want to put a colon down to indicate that I'm starting a block of code. Everything that is indented here will only be executed if the guess and the choice are the same. So for example, I can print, you guessed it. And I can print another line, good job. And these will only be printed if it is true. Now, of course, I want to be able to test this. To be able to test this, I have to get the choice right. So I'm going to print the choice. So I'm going to print the choice so that actually I can guess right. Save this and let me run this. So Python 3 guess.py. Alright, so the computer chose 13, so if I enter 13, you guessed it, and good job, get printed. So let's see what happens if I enter the wrong number. So the computer this time guessed 7, so let's enter 8, and nothing happens. It just tells me that my guess is an 8. So get the user guess. I actually want to remove this line of code. I don't need it. When the user guessed it, when the user made a guess, I don't want to echo it back. So I'm only checking to see if the guess is equal. Now what I want to do is if it's not, else, I could print that is wrong. Print try again. So enter a guess, so let's do a wrong guess this time. If I do, that is wrong, and try again. Now I really want to give a little bit more information. I don't want to check if it is wrong. I want to know if I'm too high or too low. So I can put another if statement down. Is less than choice. I want to print too low. Print too low. The else doesn't make sense now. So let's see what happens if I were to leave it like this. If I enter, let's say, a number that is too low, so a 1, it will give me too low and everything is fine. Now what is going to happen if it is too high? 15. Again, works good. Okay, so it is wrong. And what if I enter a number that is just right? So in this case that is 12. First I get the message you guessed it, and then that is wrong. Because what happened here is that first I check if it's equal. Alright, so this is now one entire statement. It was equal, so I printed it. Now I go to another statement and I check to see if the guess is less than the choice. If it is too low. If the guess is not less than the choice, then I'm going to print that is wrong. So what is really happening here is that the guess is greater than or equal to the choice, including equal. So it got printed. So I still don't want this to happen. So of course I could do another if statement. I could say if guess is greater than choice. Okay, and this will work fine. So if I enter something that is equal 10, I'm only going to get the message you guessed it. We can do a little bit better than that because these conditions are related to each other. Only one of these is going to be true. So instead of always checking all of them, how about we only check to see if the guess is less than the choice if the guess is not equal to the choice. So I really want to do an else and then check if it's less than or if it's greater than. And in Python that is an elif. And now, so once I get to this point, the guess is not equal to the choice, the guess is not less than the choice, so the only possibility is that the guess is greater. So I can simply do an else and work with this. So I can enter the guess and I get the right one, and I can enter a smaller number, I get too low, and I can enter a bigger number and I get that is wrong, try again, which really should be too high. So this gives an introduction to if statements and basic Boolean expressions.